Hi, welcome back to Another Year Bolder. My name is Jamie. I am currently on a 100+ pound weight loss journey. I'm also trying to do a fit by 50 where I'm fit from the inside out by the time I turn 50. I did just turn 48 this year, so that it's a goal of mine I'm working on. If you've been following me a while or if you're new, welcome back. I do want to say that it has been a little over a week since I posted anything. If you were not part of my Facebook group, definitely please go ahead and join that page. Anytime I can't post or I'm not getting a post out or I'm changing the date for whatever reason, I'm going to put it in the Facebook page. That way you know. Last week and part of the week before, I had family in town from out of state, and then they left and my best friend came into town from out of town, and I don't get to see them. I see them often, but I don't get to see them often enough. My family from out of state, they come every few months. So, there's a few months in between each time I see them. And then I have some family that was here that I haven't seen in a longer time. And then my best friend, she usually tries to come once a month and we go to the parks because I live right by Walt Disney World. But she hasn't been able to come for the last, few months at least. I haven't seen her for at least 3 or 4 months, maybe longer than that. But she came down. We had some fun. I'll go over all that with you too. With them all being in town at different times, I kind of slacked on being on point with my meals. I slacked a lot, to be quite honest with you. I did. I was more focused on spending some time with them, enjoying what I was doing, and not so much about what I was eating, even though you could. I mean, with this plan, you could definitely do that. I just didn't. I didn't stay on track. Last week, I didn't exercise at all. And I think the week before, I exercised the majority of the week. But once they got into town, I kind of just stopped because my priorities switched to spending time with my family and my friend that I haven't seen in a long time. But I do have 2 weeks worth of updates, results that I want to give you. And I'm also starting the 8-week challenge. And what that means is, my face is itching. What that means is the 8-week challenge is going to go on for 8 solid weeks. It's going to be a little bit more restrictive than what I have been doing. I did start yesterday, which was Saturday the 28th. Today is March the 1st. So yesterday I didn't fully have all the groceries in that I needed. I did do a late evening grocery shop, so I have that. But I did go ahead and start yesterday. I took my measurements, my weight, all of that. I have that information too. And I'll go ahead and tell you what I eat regularly and how it's going to change just a little bit for the 8-week challenge. So regularly, dang, if you're here long enough, you're going to see that I can't talk. Regularly, I have for breakfast and lunch, I have a fast carb, a slow carb, and a protein. Sometimes I just do a half of a fast carb, but generally I do a full fast. So again, it's a fast carb, a slow carb, and a protein for breakfast and lunch. And then dinner is supposed to be a protein and 2 slow carbs. And I should be drinking more water versus anything else because technically a soda does count as a fast carb. And I have been drinking those more often, which has led to a little bit of weight gain the last couple of weeks. And I did lose some weight this last week, even though I wasn't working out or eating properly. So I'll definitely go over those results with you. But for the 8-week challenge, what's going to change is it's going to become a little bit more restrictive. And I just say a little bit because it's not a huge change. The way I'm supposed to eat with the breakfast and lunch with the protein, the fast carb and the slow carb, and then the dinner with the protein and the 2 slow carbs, and then drink more water, that is the plan I need to stick to. Now, you've seen, if you've been with me for a while, I've fluctuated. Sometimes I've had fast carbs for dinner when I shouldn't. And I was drinking a little bit more sodas versus water. So I am going to take this 8-week challenge and I'm going to do my very, very best to follow what I should be following as, not perfectly, but as well as I possibly can. For the 8-week challenge, and we'll see what kind of a difference that makes. And if it does, I know that I need to tighten things up and pull my reins in, and I'm pretty sure it's going to do it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and give you my results for the last couple of weeks and then let you know where I'm starting for the 8-week challenge. I think the best way to do this where it's not that confusing for anyone and including myself because I don't want to confuse myself. Week 29 was February 14th through February 20th. week 30 was February 21st through February 27th. So I'm going to give you what I gained or lost those 2 weeks versus all the other information. And then I'll just give you my starting point for the 8-week challenge. That way I'm not giving you all kinds of numbers and it's like, huh? What? Because I don't want to confuse myself either. I easily do that. Trust me. All right. So week 29, the February 14th through February 20th, I gained 1.20 pounds, which put me at a 23.20 pound total loss. And you might think 29 weeks is a long time to only have lost that much. I've gone up and down throughout the 29 weeks because sometimes I stuck to it like I should. Sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I drank more sodas and had more sweets or more fast carbs than I shouldn't. So all of the weight gain has been on me. Before anybody says anything, it's my fault because this plan does work as long as you follow it. And it's just a diet-free life plan. It's where you're eating everyday regular foods to lose weight. Just sometimes I'm a little stubborn and I like what I like and I want what I want and I'm not willing to alter that. But I need to if I want to get the weight down, which I do. Anyway, and I did happen to gain 1.5 inches in my waist. So that's important to let you know because I had gotten down to 51 inches in my waist and now I'm back up to 52.5 between the two. Between week 28 that I did actually do the video for and week 29, I gained a total of 2.80 pounds, so almost 3 pounds, and I did gain 1.5 inches in my waist in that time. Okay, so with that said, I want to go over where I am now, and which is also the starting point for the 8-week challenge as well. I hope you're with me because I was trying to do this as less confusing as possible. I do also have some other updates that I want to go over as well, but I'm going to go over that at the end. Something that I'm really excited about. All right. So as of yesterday, which was Saturday, February 28th, I took my measurements for the first day of my 8-week challenge. And it was also the first day of week 30 for the whole process. So originally, when I started this, I started August 2nd, 2026. I'll go ahead and give you where everything was then, what it is now, and what it is now is also the beginning of the 8-week challenge. So on August 2nd, my glucose was 141. My weight was 314 pounds. My BMI was 62. My waist was 55 inches. My body fat, I didn't have it at the time, so there's nothing available then. And then currently my glucose, oh gosh, and I really hate this number because it had not been anywhere close to this high since I've started. Matter of fact, the week before it was only 113. But when I checked my glucose yesterday, it was 136, which means I'm only down 5 points. I did research it to see why it went so high. I had pizza twice yesterday, and pizza does elevate your insulin and your glucose, so that is why that number was so high. I'm really hoping and praying that next week it is much lower. My weight is now 289, which gives me 25-pound loss. So for the week, I did lose 1.8 of those almost 3 pounds I gained. Woohoo! Because I was better even though I didn't follow it. And then my BMI is 56.7 now, and that means I lost 5.3 points. My waist is currently at 52 inches. I did lose 0.5 inch. And then my body fat is now 70%, but because I don't have anything to compare it to, it's just 70%. So all in all, just to try not to be confusing because I can be that way, I lost 1.8 pounds for the week of 221 to 227, and from 802 I've lost 25 pounds. And keep in mind, I've gone up and down because, you know, I've done some things right and some things wrong. So my starting point is the glucose at 136, the weight at 289, the BMI at 56.7, the waist is 52 inches, and the body fat is 70%. Body fat is 70%. That is the starting point for the 8-week challenge. So when I give results going forward, I'm going to give you overall results from the time I started August 2nd. Then I'm also going to give you results starting from the 8-week challenge, which I started yesterday, February 28th. Just want to kind of clarify that because I know it's a lot of information. But I know there's some of you out there who really want to hear how I'm doing, what I'm doing, when I make mistakes, when I'm doing well. And I want to provide all of that because, you know, I just want to be honest about it and I want to be real with people. And also I will Not sure if I'm going to continue to put pictures of what I eat in the videos every day. I'll definitely put some in there. I just don't know if it's going to continue to be every day. This video, I'll see, because I definitely did not take some pictures over the last couple of weeks. I was in the parks or at Walt Disney World with my family, so I didn't always take pictures. I should have, but I didn't. So I'll put whatever I have, if I have anything available, but you just might get a few pictures here and there to kind of give you an idea of what I'm eating. One of the other exciting things that I have going on, gosh, I'm sorry, my hair is strangling me. I need to go get it cut. So one of the other things we have exciting happening is we were called, I think it was the week before last. We do live in an apartment complex, and we have been waiting for a garage to open up in our building. There have been multiple garages open up, but unfortunately they weren't in our building, and we didn't want to take them because we felt there was no point. We're in one building, and we didn't want to go across the complex to a completely different building to park our car. So we got a call that a garage is available in our building. We've accepted it. We get our garage this coming week. And why I'm so excited about that, one, we get a garage. But two, we live on the 4th floor. We have a neighbor that lives below us. I do know him. He works from home remotely. So when I do my exercises, I try to do them as lightly as I can, because I don't want to disrupt him or his home life or his work life. I don't know what hours and days he's working or anything like that. And I don't know what hours and days and times he's sleeping, things like that. So I don't want to disrupt him. So when I do my exercises, I'm not doing it as intense as I could, just because I want to be respectful to him. So what we've decided, sorry, my hair again. What we've decided is that now that we have the garage, we're going to turn it into a storage room / exercise room / garage. There's a place for us to park on the outside of it, which is more or less where we plan to park our car, and it's right by the building, which we love. And we'll probably only bring the car inside during like hurricanes and things like that, because we are approaching hurricane season, and a lot of times it will hail and it gets really bad. So that's when we'll bring the car inside, but we mainly wanted the garage for a storage room, and then to turn it also into an exercise room. So I'm really happy about that. We'll be making some transitions as soon as we get the garage. That way I can work out downstairs, not worry about bothering anybody. I can go a little bit more intensely, obviously not too much intensely, because I do still have a knee injury and a back injury that I have to, work well for. But I'm very, very happy about that, and I can't wait to get that started. I'm gonna bring all of my stability balls downstairs. I do have a glider. Haven't used it yet. And the only reason why I haven't used it is because the glider says the max weight is 250 pounds. So I was trying to wait till I got close to that weight before I started using it, because I don't want to put too much pressure on it, or more pressure than what it's able to hold. So as soon as I can get down to 250, or at least close enough, I'm going to start using that walking glider, and it does all kinds of different things. So I can't wait for that. If I haven't said that, I can't wait. I did say, I think in my last video, that I was going to put out my Zenzino balance video last Tuesday. And unfortunately, I did not get to do that with, family and friends in town. So I am going to have that one come out this Thursday. I'm already in the editing process for it. So this one is going to come out on a different day than when my results video usually comes out on Thursday. I'm hoping to have this video out on Tuesday instead, and then do the Zenzino balance one on Thursday, and then Saturday I should be back to having my cooking video out on Saturday going forward. So hopefully that's what I'll have. But please remember, if you're not part of the Facebook page for Another Year Bolder, go ahead and join that, because I'm going to give live updates, not live updates, but I'm going to give updates there, letting you know if for any reason I'm not posting anything and you're wondering where I am or what happened. It's going to say there, and it does say there now. I also post my recipes there. That way, if you don't want to go back to the video and find the recipe, you don't have to. But the recipes that I do make, I do put them in the description of all the videos. I have some of the diet-free life videos in the description that shows you how to make fat-burning meals. And then that is also something I discuss with you in my Cook With Me videos. Trying to think what else. I have a couple of the items that I use, and please know that any of the items that I use that I put in the description are affiliated links, except for the Zenzino balance oil. That is not affiliated. And all that affiliated means is if you buy it, I get a very, very small percentage of the portion or whatever from that, but it doesn't affect how much you pay. at all. It's just something that helps me out a little bit, but do not feel obligated to do that, please. It's just there if you're interested. I've really enjoyed this video. I hope you have too. Sorry that I didn't post anything last week, but I'm back on track and getting myself back together and moving forward from here. And I just want to thank you for being part of this channel and for watching. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next video. Bye. For dinner, I'm going to be making the smoked and seasoned beef brisket burnt ends. This is going to be our protein, and I'm going to pair it probably with a salad for some slow carbs. Never had this before. I did find this one. It was the only one I could find that did not have seed oil in it, so we're going to give it a try, and I'll let you know how it is. All right, I pulled it all out of the package. This is what it looks like. There's not very much in here. I don't know if you can really see it. I think if I were to get it again, I would get 2 packages. That's if we like it. I am going to go ahead and add some salt, even though it has the barbecue sauce on there already. And I'm going to add a couple more seasonings, just some things that we like. Obviously, salt, parsley. This is the parsley right here. I'm going to add some black pepper, which I am running low on and need to get more of. And a little bit of Tony's Chachere's. So just a little bit of my favorite seasonings because I want to make sure that we're going to enjoy this. And I'm going to give it a good stir. It's going to cook in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. And then again, I'll go ahead and pair it with the salad and let you know what we think. Okay, here it is. I've got it all plated into a fat burning meal. The brisket is going to be the protein, and then I have a salad, which is lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers. It's just a spring salad mix. All of that are slow carbs. I added some salt and pepper, and then I have some balsamic vinaigrette dressing. So this is definitely gonna be good. Let me taste the brisket, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite now. It wasn't very much, so I left some for my husband. It was very good. I think adding that extra seasoning just gave it that little pop of flavor, extra flavor that it needed, but this was really good. So I'm gonna go and enjoy this, and I will see you later. I did do my best to show you what I ate for dinner that day. Like I said, I didn't take very many pictures of what I had before. But on this next slide, it's going to show you my starting point from August 2nd, 2025 to now. And the slide after that, that's where I'm going to start showing you the 8-week challenge results. So I started that one February 28th, and the next update would be on March 7th. When I was at Disney World, I did have some Mickey beignets, which we really, really enjoyed. Brought most of those home with us because we only ate one. And then spent some time at Disney Springs on the ferry boat and doing some shopping. It was a lot of fun. Just want to thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I post new content.